Which quest are you up for?
Hey there. Thought I'd drop by. You're damn right. Although we haven't been toughing it out alone, thanks to Arx.
I went ahead and gave Enga a rundown of what's happening with the Akashic Records, since it looks like it's affecting Earth, too.
Sounds like that whole mess on Earth was pretty much halfway responsible for what's been going on. I mean, materializing an entire world is sort of a little beyond what happened to us, but it's not that far off from what Deus Eska did. Oh, things are hunky-dory down on Earth, by the way. Hitsugi and Al are doing fine. Earthguide and Mother Core still have to play whack-a-mole with the odd phantasm, but nothing we can't handle together. And hey, when they bring out the really big guns, Arx has stepped in. So we still have our problems, but no problems. In a word, the whole peace on Earth thing is kind of working out for us now. Oh, and that geezer Eritron and the math nerd are off to the US on business. Seems they're trying to get a hand from overseas with analyzing the weird stuff they've been seeing in space. Crap. Speaking of the math nerd, looks like Ak wants to chat all of a sudden. Can I just ignore it? Nah.
Listen up, Mr. 10% Casanova. When I call, you pick up in 2 rings.
Look, we can't talk if you blow out my eardrums. Just tell me what's up already.
Wait. Are you with the Oracle fleet? What are you doing all the way out there?
What do you think? I'm on some kind of space yoga retreat? They asked me to come. They got a situation here.
Oh, right. Well, listen. We've got a situation, too. A full-on 200% capital S situation.
Okay. You might want to elaborate on that one.
You two couldn't communicate your way out of a paper bag. Perhaps I should explain.
You're here too, Gramps. Guess shit must have gotten pretty real after all.
Excuse you, 10% Playboy. How come you start taking it seriously when he says it?
That'll do now, Oak. Arx folks, if you'd be so kind as to lend me your ears. A black hole suddenly sprung up a little too close to our solar system for comfort. Now, it's far enough away that we don't seem to have an immediate problem on our hands.
But a supernova could form with no warning. Plus, according to our scientists, it's getting really huge really fast. This is definitely not normal.
So, what's gonna happen if it keeps up this growth spurt?
What do you think happens with black holes? It'll gobble up everything. That's definitely curtains for Earth, let alone the entire galaxy.
Oak and I are working to drum up a little support with the investigation from a few countries' governments. So, young Mr. Yasaka, you let us know right away if you learn anything valuable from Arx.
What are the odds that we'd both be up against suddenly appearing, rapidly expanding black holes? I guess if the Akashic Records hold memories of the entire universe, it makes sense that they'd affect different dimensions in the same way.
I'm feeling more and more like I've got some skin in the game here. Guess I'd better go tell Hitsugi and Al what's up. If anything happens, let me know. Think of me like your point man for all things Earth.
Understood. Thanks, Enga.
In the end, Harriet announced that her own brother, Luther, had broken the laws of Coento, and she had passed down his judgment herself. Her explanation was as dry of details as her eyes were of tears. Stunned that she could so unflinchingly cut down her own flesh and blood, the people whispered a new name for their ruler, the Ice Queen. But Harriet paid that no mind, forging calmly ahead on the path she had decided, purging the world of ephemera. The elimination of ephemera. It was the most fitting deed she could imagine, to honor the memory of her brother. But to those who remained by her side, the strain the Queen felt was as plain as day. No, I won't.
You must, my lady.
I said I will not.
It is not a question.
Kind of hard seeing Harriet as an Ice Queen right now, isn't it? Imagine what the people in those other countries would call her if they saw this. But you can really tell how taxed she feels, can't you?
How can you expect me to sit around and do nothing when the ephemera scourge still...
You would not be doing nothing, my lady. It would be an official inspection.
Dress it up however you like, Varuna. But now's simply not the time.
Then let me speak plainly, Your Highness. Right now, nothing is more vital than you taking a moment to rest and recuperate. You've pacts to negotiate and sign, collections to arrange, storage sites to secure. There's no telling how many hurdles lie ahead. If you do not rest when the situation allows, you'll find yourself with no strength left to give. Not to mention, should anything threaten your health now, your brother's loss would be in vain.
That's awfully underhanded of you to bring Luther into it, Varuna.
A warrior must use every tool at their disposal. Isn't that so, Guardian? Which brings me to another question, my lady. Is there something you need to discuss with the Guardian?
How did you know that?
I would be remiss as your aide of so many years if I could not pick up on that much, my lady. Or on the fact that you are in dire need of some rest.
If you say so, Guardian.
Come on, Harriet! It'd just be a little downtime. You'll wake up face down on the floor at the rate you're going.
Very well. I'll take some time for these official inspections, as Varuna puts it. But if I must go, then I insist the Guardian must accompany me. If we're so concerned about overwork, just look at how many Castrum Demonicas they've had to take down. If one of us rests, so does the other. Is that fair, Varuna?
Just so, my lady. Well, Guardian, I fear I must entrust Her Highness's safety to you once more. I ask, no, beg, that you do everything in your power to shield her from any harm.
Of course we'll defend her.
Thank you, but it isn't simply that. I ask that you stay by her side. With Master Luther gone, I fear you are the only person Lady Harriet can truly rely on.
We are currently preparing a large-scale operation for all Arxops to fight enemies in their local regions.
May I help you with something?
Good morning.
Thank you very much.
deployment operation in progress. All ArcSops, report to the quest counter to join the mission.
Which quest are you up for?
quest are you up for?
And so, Harriet set out on an inspection tour to survey the state of her long-suffering land. For days, she traveled from place to familiar place, the Guardian always at her side. At last, nearing the end of their trip, they came to Louisa, a small haven near the East Artia border. Louisa is known throughout Cuento as a small slice of paradise, situated on a massive lake embraced by miles of undisturbed nature.
Mountain runoff reacts with volcanic minerals to dye the water's surface in rainbow hues. On clear days, you can see all the way to Cuento Castle, shining bright white beyond the Rainbow Lake and the deep green forest. To compare the landscape to a fairy tale falls short of its overpowering beauty, in the face of which a visitor can only sigh in wonder. That didn't sound like quite the type of sigh the signpost was looking for.
Huh? Oh, no, of course not. Nothing of the sort.
The lady doth protest too much. Don't worry, we're not going to tell you off. It's hard to just shut your brain off for a while, huh?
Yes, I understand I needed a rest. It just doesn't sit right with me. First and foremost, the best I can do is keep my face forward, eyes dry and back straight, and try to help my country, the world even. I can only face my responsibilities head-on, take whatever slander is thrown my way, and march forward toward what I must do. It's the reason why I was called here in the first place. I don't understand how, Guardian, but you know something about the past my brother and I shared, don't you? You must, or I can't imagine how you could have found your way to Luther's laboratory.
So you're saying all those visions the Guardian saw?
They must have been true. I have, well, Harriet has crossed death's threshold once before. The me you see here is something else, with Harriet's form. I am something that was conjured by Luther, and became Harriet. I don't fully understand what happened. When I awoke, it was over, and all I saw was Luther, my brother, stained in blood. I knew he'd conjured something terrible, and I had lost my life trying to protect him from it. And then it was my turn to be summoned. My form is Harriet's. My manner is Harriet's. No one would ever suspect otherwise. But am I really Harriet? I don't know. Am I even a real person? And yet, in the end, what's the difference? Whoever or whatever I am, I was called here for a reason. Harriet was devoted to her country, to her people. I am no different. I will be who everyone wants me to be. Imagine if I told Varuna. The poor man would be so shocked. You'll keep this between us, won't you? Even though no one would probably believe it.
It's true. You could have kept this a secret forever.
I can't explain exactly. I suppose when you get right down to it, I felt the two of you ought to know. Well, that's not quite right. More than anything, I just wanted someone to know. I needed someone to confide in, so... Greetings, my new partners in secrecy. I've only been Harriet for 3 years now. I never would have made it without so many people to help. There was Luther, of course, and Father, Varuna, and all the people of Coento. I owe them all so much. They were all so kind to Harriet. I've been incredibly fortunate, having Harriet's name and walking in her shoes. I don't feel any guilt over it. I've done nothing to feel regret over. I only have to make sure I repay the kindness they've given me. That's what keeps me moving forward. Even if the cruelty of this world threatens to freeze my heart, I'll carry the warmth of that kindness. Well, let me ask one favor then. Just give me this moment to cry until the tears won't come. When that's done, I won't need to anymore. Thank you so much. I didn't know how badly I needed that. It's like I've shed a weight I didn't know I was carrying. This must be what happens when you try to hold in tears for too long. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'll be just fine now.
What are you doing? You made a girl cry. Are you all right, miss? Were they harassing you? People only cry when they're sad, right? What made you want to cry?
No, I'm all right. They didn't do anything. But it's kind of you to worry.
Being a grown-up seems complicated. Me? Well, for starters, the name's Florent.
And where does a fine young man like you come from, Florent?
Good question. And the answer is a secret. But forget about that. Let's have some fun. That's what this place is for, right? A little time for play will wash the tears away. Come on, how about it?
That's a fine idea. I suppose that's why we came here, after all.
Did you notice anything strange about that kid? Exactly. Gemini the duplicate, in the flesh. Maybe he's like Luther. A snapshot of Gemini from before they became the version we know. intrigued.
Wow! I can't believe you're a real fairy. I've only ever seen stuff like you in books. Hey, how does the flying bit work? Is there some kind of trick to it?
Hey! Quit tugging on my wing! Ow! I mean it! Leave my wings alone! Ah! Please help me!
Ooh, fairies can turn scary? Do they grow big? Will she try and eat me?
Excuse me, I'm not scary. I stay this size, and I definitely won't try and eat anyone.
Florent's been playing all day, and it looks like he still has energy left to spare.
Hey, miss?
Whoa! What's the matter, Florent?
I was just wondering why you look so sad. This place is pretty neat, right? It's pretty, it's bright and cheery. It's a place where everyone can have fun. Doesn't it feel like a waste to come here and not play and smile and have a good time?
I just have a great deal on my mind, Florent.
What kind of stuff's on your mind? Anything fun? Anything funny?
Not quite. Mostly questions. About the future, I suppose.
That seems kind of weird.
How so?
Well, if you don't know how the future's gonna end up, why do you look so sad about it? If things get too hard, can't you just quit? If it hurts, can't you just run away?
No, I can't do that. No matter how hard or how painful things get, I can't just run away. If I did, I'd be letting down the people who worked so hard to get me where I am. And most importantly, I personally couldn't live with myself if I just ran away.
Wow. Being a grown-up sounds complicated and hard. Good thing I'm a kid.
I'm still something of a kid myself, Florent.
Well, come on then. There's so much playing and even more playing left for us to do.
There certainly is.
So this is where you've been, Florent.
A ghost! It's after me! Please, miss, do something!
Do something? That's a very broad request. Are you an acquaintance of Florence, perhaps?
Pardon my intrusion. I am Clarissa, guard of the first successor to Ease Ardia. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance, Queen Harriet of Quinto, and yours, Guardian. Indeed. Has my reputation perhaps preceded me?
How is it that you know our faces, Clarissa? Wait, the guard of the first successor, you said?
Ah, come on! I'm not succeeding anything yet.
Indeed. And of course, it follows that what I am about to do is quite proper. What were you thinking, gallivanting off without a chaperone? Do you think yourself worth so little attention?
But I just had to see this place. It's one of the most famous sights in Quinto. And you'd never let me go if I asked anyway. What was I supposed to do?
Is that your best excuse?
I'm sorry.
Very good then. Your Majesty Harriet, Guardian, thank you for keeping young Florent safe. I beg your pardon, but I must repay your kindness another day. Now, back we go, Florent. You must make ready for the ceremony.
No.
What?
I don't wanna! I won't be able to play anymore after that stupid ceremony. I wanna stay free.
Don't be selfish. You made a promise, and now you must keep it.
Yeah, I know, but if this is my last chance, can't I play a little longer?
I'm sensing a lot of tension here. What exactly is Florent going to have to do?
Nothing dangerous, I promise. Florent is due to become the formal symbol of our country. In Ys Artia, the flow of trade is our lifeblood. A fool may earn money, but it takes a wise man to keep it. Therefore, our symbol must be upright and clean, free from greed, with no ties to others, praying only for the prosperity of our people. After the purification ceremony, Florent will become our beloved symbol of gain and profit.
That all sounds nice on paper, but what about the part where Florent loses his freedom?
Yeah, see? I'll never be able to play with my friends again.
Which is why you were given free rein to spend your days without care until then.
Are you sure you can go through with this, Florent?
Please respect our affairs, Your Majesty of Quinto.
Florent, please. I want to know what you think.
I wish I could play a little longer. But it's all right. It's time for me to become the symbol of Ys Artia. I'm bound to become one with the state. That's been set in stone for a long time. Since the day I was born, even. And when it's done, lots of people are gonna be able to enjoy their lives more and be happier. As long as I can give them a little happiness, mixed in with a touch of fun now and then. Maybe people won't cry anymore. Maybe we can avoid conflict.
So that's the choice you're making? That's the path you're prepared to take?
Yeah. Miss Harriet? Guardian? Fairy Lady? Thanks so much for playing with me today.
Guardian, Sierra, thank you very much for humoring me throughout the day. I'm better now. I can't let a child outdo me in backbone. I'm ready to return to the capital straight away. It's time to get back to rooting out ephemera, the spark that ignites wars, so we can bring peace to the world. And if we can make Florent smile, all the better.
large-scale operation has ended. Thank you for your support.
It is here where our stage shifts westward of Cuento, to the divine land of Epic. It is a harsh desert land, with a massive oasis nestled in its center, built upon absolute faith in one true deity. Here, the divine Queen Margareta heard reports of the strife in Cuento and its aftermath. Yet these words fell on indifferent ears.
Which brings us to the present, Your Holiness. Cuento will likely only grow in prestige.
Yes, understood. Basically, Cuento conquered Wayland and squashed its own civil war. Right?
An apt summation. Truly, Your Holiness is blessed with divine acuity. If I may humbly elaborate, the Crown of Cuento has written other leaders, seeking their signatures in pacts to destroy the ephemera.
Who ephemera? Oh, yes, those eerie weeds. Why should I concern myself with them? Aww, I'm rather sick of all this.
What ails Your Holiness exactly?
Look at Cuento hogging all the glory just because they're so ancient. They get a sword maiden and a guardian. But what do we get? I mean, would it kill them to share some of that with us? Look at us. Nothing but desert for miles. Might as well call us the Divine Sand. And whenever anything happens, it's always our god who swoops in and solves everything. No credit to the Queen. I think we need a little drama. Just picture it. The Guardian and the Divine Queen saving Epic from the throes of crisis. Pure inspiration.
Just so. If it pleases Your Holiness, might I offer to attempt conjuring that very Guardian?
Conjure the Guardian? Can we do that?
Word has it that the Guardian of Cuento is a visitor from a world beyond our own. A might such as that of Your Holiness, Lady Margareta, would more than suffice to summon such a being.
Well, consider my interest piqued. I like the way your mind works, priest. I knew kicking that old bore out and bringing you in was the right idea.
Would that I were worthy of such praise, Your Holiness. I will see to the preparations right away.
And she looked exactly like Xion?
Maybe that person was the first photoner that came into direct contact with Xion.
And without any records, we can't say for sure. But under the circumstances, that seems like a safe assumption.
Especially since she went by the name Clarissa. Hey, second, have you ever heard Clarissa's voice? Well, only faintly, but I think Xion's voice was what I heard. She had Xion's voice back in my day, too. She did call herself Clarissa, but I just couldn't sense any aura but Xion's. Then again, Clarissa the White clearly wasn't like other cosmogenic arms. Do we have any records concerning that?
All scrubbed away by Xion. Which I guess means she either thought we wouldn't be able to track anything down, her that we didn't need to. But getting back to the matter at hand, since things have calmed down on Omega, we should start planning our next move there. It looks like we've got 2 more countries where things need taken care of. Ys Artia and Epic.
They seem like they'll be more inclined toward having a dialogue than Wayland. Hopefully we can settle things without going to war.
Let's hope Harriet has a knack for diplomacy. But as long as nothing big is going on, I guess our Guardian has a little downtime.
Mate, listen up! We've got trouble! Yusa's been snatched!
Well, scratch that about calm. What do you mean she was snatched, Afen? What happened?
I barely get it myself. We were just standing around talking when this weird pattern appeared under her feet and she just disappeared. Aurora's clean vanished too. Could they have gone?
We'll get searching right away. You start combing the ship, Afen, and get in touch the moment anything turns up.
Roger that.
Now how could Euclita and Aurora disappear so suddenly like that? And why?
Urgent report incoming, Shao.
Nikita? Why's an operator calling me directly?
It's about an unfolding situation. We suddenly lost contact with Aika from the Intelligence Bureau.
Meaning what exactly?
I was acting as her navigator when the signal suddenly cut off. However, there's no indication of any anomaly from her logs or our readings on her surroundings.
Understood. We'll focus on finding her. Please let the Intelligence Bureau know. If anything else like this happens, report it directly to me.
Roger. I hope Aika's alright.
I'm sure she will be. She's strong enough to have returned from a Dark Falls possession.
First Euclita, and now Aika?
Hey, I finally got through. Sorry to interrupt. Got a minute? Not a damn thing, unfortunately. But it looks like you've already did that. I just got word that we've lost contact with one of our Ether users here on Earth.
An Ether user? Is it Hitsugi? Cory?
No one you've met, Sierra. Her name's Rina Izumi. You don't know anything about it, do you?
Rina Izumi? Khosra had a report about her. Didn't she become a vessel on Earth for Apprentice?
I'm sorry, Enda, but we haven't seen any sign of her. We'll start looking right away. Can you put together a search on Earth?
Way ahead of you there. I have a feeling this is going to take a dark turn.
So that brings the tally of the missing to 4. Euclita, Aurora, Aika, and this Earthling, Rina Izumi. Are you seeing the pattern here? Exactly. All of Apprentice's former hosts have suddenly gone missing. But there's been no sign of activity on Lilliput. The Apprentice we know seems to be under control.
Which means things might not be so quiet on Omega after all. I think this is the first time events on Omega have interfered so directly with this world.
Guardian, Sierra, keep your wits about you down there.
Otherworldly visitors like the Guardian? No, I've heard nothing of the sort. Have you, Verena?
I can only say with confidence that I've heard no such reports from within our borders, Your Highness.
Interesting.
Well, this demands our attention. Send word to make doubly sure.
Beg pardon, Your Highness.
Soldier, where's your sense of decorum?
Apologies, Lord Verona, but it's urgent. You ought to see...
Move your rusty armor aside, fool! I'll do the talking here!
Who dares?
If you knew, boy, you'd shut your mouth before you say something you'll regret! You must be Harriet, the Ice Queen of Coento. Here I was, nervous to meet you, But you're just a regular girl, aren't you? And you must be this guardian people can't stop yapping about. I demand to know how you plan to fix the mess you've made out of my country! Well? Please! Let's just all take a deep breath and calm down. May we ask who you are first? Ugh! What a gallery of ignoramuses! Well, scrape the wax from your foolish ears and listen up! You stand in the presence of Margareta, the one and only divine queen of Epic!
You're the divine Queen Margareta?
So, basically the biggest authority in all of Epic. Now you understand. Very good. I'll just bask in your reverence now. But why would such a revered figure come all the way to the capital of Quento without a single escort? Well, you see, it's all your guardian's fault. Every last bit of it. Well, essentially, it's not fair. Why does Quento get a sword maiden and a guardian? Why can't Epic have a guardian? So all we did was try and conjure up a guardian of our own, and then we snared 4 people from another world like you, Guardian. But they were a bit scary, and I may have lost control of Epic.
Lost control? What in the world happened that someone could seize control of your land?
Look, I'm as shocked as you are. More, probably. It was all I could do to evacuate the people to safety. Before I knew it, they were scattered, and we'd been overtaken. I had to flee here.
Wait, 4 of them? Don't tell me.
You Quento folk invented conjuration in the first place, didn't you? I'd love to hear how you plan to take responsibility.
Beg your pardon, Lady Margareta, but I need to know. Did you use ephemera at any point?
Ephemera? Those off-putting weeds? What would I sully my fingers with them for? Though I suppose those terrors we conjured may have used them. Wait, that's right! People from Quento are out to wipe out those weeds, aren't you? When my country gets back to normal, I'll sign your ephemera be gone pact. How's that?
I'm not entirely sure I gather what you're asking, Lady Margareta.
Someone just do something! Anything!
What shall we do, Your Highness?
I suppose if ephemera are involved, we must give this our full attention. Not to mention the fact that the Queen's state is dispiriting.
Yes, Your Highness.
Guardian, Sierra, I'll go and see what's happening in Epic for myself. Would you please accompany me?
Of course we will. It seems like this involves us too, after all.
With Divine Queen Margareta leading the way, the Guardian and Harriet set off for the western land of Epic. Nowhere in the border fortress, nor in any villages, were they met with citizens of Epic. They found only signs of a hasty evacuation. Though the people's swift flight spared them from any great harm, Margareta lamented the cruel reality that had forced them to abandon their homes. If they could strike the root of the problem, they could eliminate it once and for all, she reasoned. They ventured on until beyond another silent village, they found the desolate expanse of the desert. The Guardian and their party pushed ahead with their advance, seeking the 4 mysterious fiends who had usurped Epic from its queen.
So this is the desert of Epic. It's bleak, isn't it?
Epic began as a realm where the devout gathered. Perhaps the land's unforgiving nature is precisely why.
Exactly. Our ancestors settled here to form a place for strict religious practice. And as people gathered, towns formed, then a country. Behold the divine land of Epic, the realm at the edge of grace. And who should sit at its peak but I, the divine Queen Margareta? Somehow I get the feeling you and Grace aren't too well acquainted. Silence! Fairy!
I see no sign of any Castrum Demonica.
Why would we need those big, dangerous things anywhere but the border? No one would try to invade us anyway. And besides, we'd just be wasting the thin little strip of precious, useful land we've already got. Only an absolute nincompoop or a country as rich in mana and resources as Cuento would go around conjuring those things willy-nilly.
Interesting choice of words. Is Cuento truly rich, I wonder? True, our land has blessed us with abundant resources and mana. But surely the people's hearts need more than that.
Ha! You naive little thing. If a queen cannot be proud, who will? Do you enjoy demoralizing your own people? Take a look around. Do you think I don't know what a dry, barren, poor land Epic really is? You're rich only in sand and woe. But that's why I give the people something to aspire to. I conduct myself with pride and beauty. If they think, how I long to be like her, then my duty is done. Nothing drives a person like yearning for more.
Does no one resent you for it?
You simpleton. Who can be queen if they spend their time afraid of stirring jealousy? Well, I'll admit, I do get frightened by the idea. But it's out of my control, so I can't waste my time worrying about it. I am queen, and the pride of my people. That much is set in stone. What good is it to worry about what every last little one of my subjects thinks? I guess only someone this arrogant could go and conjure 4 entire people to wreck their country. I said silence, Fairy! If a queen can't show her pride, who can? You there! Wouldn't you agree? What's that? Lady Margareta! Thank you. But what was that? Where did it come from? I don't know. It looked like it came out of nowhere. It's a Castrum Demonica, and supernaturals are popping up along with it.
How could it spring up with no conjurers around?
a complete mess. Maggie? Excuse me? Maggie? You will address the Divine Queen of Epic by her full name! Now what do you want? You're sure that Castrum Demonica wasn't already set up here? Of course not. Like I said, we only have those things on the border. We can't afford to have them taking up our land. So that would mean it was just conjured on the spot, right? You Cuento folk ought to know more about it than me. Just whipping up one without a conjurer around hardly seems like fair play.
Indeed. We have no such technique in Cuento either. Moreover, that castrum just now was odd.
It was suddenly just there, and it didn't give off any signal at all. Conjuration gives off different readings. So it wasn't conjured, and it wasn't set up in advance. Then just how did it appear here? Oh, enough! However this happened, those four villains are obviously at fault. How dare they treat my realm like some plaything? If you want a problem gone, you take it out by the roots. Don't you agree, Queen of Cuento? It's time to reclaim my land! Quickly!
Right!
That's some high and mighty talk for someone who's been standing around doing nothing. If a divine queen doesn't have license to act high and mighty, who does? Acting high and mighty is the most important job of a monarch. Remember that, Queen of Cuento.
Yes, I'll remember.
I'm gonna be really disappointed if Harriet comes out of this acting like Maggie.
Suddenly, it appeared Epic was overrun with Castrum Demonicas, conjured by unknown. Though the populace had fled, they would have no homes or livelihoods to return to if the devilish creations continued to wreak havoc. The Guardians party forged their way deeper into the Divine Land, defeating the Castrum Demonicas as they went. Their targets, the four beings ruling over the newly quartered Epic, from fortresses in the north, south, east, and west. As they drew near the eastern fortress, a mighty force gathered to prepare for their arrival. The Guardian pushed on towards this unwelcome meeting, unaware that fate had an unpleasant trick lying yet in store.
Look! That's her! She's one of the four villains!
So the Guardian appears, at last.
Kill, 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 kill! Wow is right!
Speechless in the face of my overwhelming might, I see.
Actually, I think we're just completely baffled.
There's no need to fear, Guardian. Rather, you should join me. I would welcome you. Miss Matoy has spoken at length of your skill. To a frankly tiresome degree, I must admit.
Wait! What's going on? How come this Aika is mixing things about Oracle into the conversation? Aika's aura is still there, but there's also a Dark Falls-like presence.
Whoever this person is and wherever she comes from, she's most certainly under the influence of ephemera. Don't be hoodwinked by her words.
It seems our negotiations have failed. A pity. If I can't have your allegiance, I suppose I'll have your life.
Enough prattling, usurper! You think I'll let you get away with running roughshod over the divine land of Epic? little heavy on the theatrics there, Maggie. Come on! Haven't you always wanted to act just once like you're in a real epic tale?
You, so-called ruler of this land, why would the one who conjured us here now stand on the opposing side? Is this behavior not what you wanted when you summoned us, the apprentice emissaries?
What I want is for the Guardian to flatten you so badly, you'll have to be scraped from the floors of this fortress! Hang on, let's not breeze by that very important point. Are they here to grant your wishes, Maggie? Look, I'll explain everything later. But if we don't take her out right now, we won't have a later!
Then try your hand against the apprentice emissary, Aika, the misunderstood.
You want us to call you that?
It was not my choice, but it will do. Go forth, servant. Show them your true form. Well, you haven't disappointed me, Guardian. You're even more powerful than Miss Matoy said so very many times. But alas for you, I am but a false vessel. Nothing next to my fellow emissaries. The brighter a light comes, the deeper the shadow it casts. In the end, you may wish you had fallen here.
Your breath. No matter what vicious villains you cast our way, I will never abandon my country. Now, my companions, let's move on to the next foe for the freedom of Epic! I think you said something about an explanation, Maggie? Well, hear me out. We've all heard those stories where a really cool queen frees her country from awful villains and saves the day, haven't we? I thought it'd be nice to create this grand tale of me and the Guardian saving Epic. Our god always gets credit for solving everything! So I was told, why not conjure up the Guardian and make it all happen? It sounded like a pretty neat idea. You were told? By whom? This priest who gave me a lot of good advice. But the second these 4 villains appeared, he up and ran away. Who's ready to forget this and leave? No! We can't simply abandon Epic!
Whatever the cause, Ephemera's influence clearly plagues this land. And how could we leave the people to such a dire fate?
You're right. And I deeply regret what I've done. Deeply and painfully. I thought having a legend or hero would help cheer up my people. But what good are legends when your dinner plate is empty? What a fool I was to even think that way. Shameful, I admit it. So please, help me fix it. I'm begging you.
Please stand up straight, Lady Margareta. I understand how you feel all too well. Your only mistake was the way you went about your goal. And when you make a mistake, all you can do is try to fix it. Wouldn't you agree, Guardian?
You're right. We can't really turn our backs when the profound darkness is involved. And Maggie seems genuinely sorry.
Oh, Queen Harriet! Guardian! Even you, Fairy! All of you are far too pure! Oh, I worry you'll be taken advantage of!
I think it's a little late and deeply ironic for you to say that. But with this pair of softies in charge, I suppose that's that.
Shuddering to see a friend brought so low, the Guardian defeated Aika the Misunderstood, the first of the apprentice emissaries. With this accomplished, the journey continued. The party forged on to the northern fortress and its waiting emissary, routing Castrum Demonicus along the way. But despite the success, their footsteps fell heavily. More than even the might of the foes awaiting them, they dreaded the sight of another friend, reduced to a dark vessel. They were no strangers to war and bloodshed, but no blade is as heavy as one raised against a friend.
Look who's here. Guess this means Aika's already fallen. Well, congratulations on defeating the weakest of the four of us. I'm afraid you'll find me a notch or two stronger than she was, to say the very least. Are you ready for a real fight this time? Now, take a good look at your tomb, and at me, your Undertaker, the apprentice emissary, Rena the Forsaken!
Yes! Now this is what I'm talking about! These crackling confrontations! A bit cliché maybe, but they make your heart pound!
Well, I found a visual match. That's definitely Rena Izumi, the Earthling Enga said went missing. But I just can't believe she's anywhere near this dumb in real life. This has to be Maggie's fault.
Go on, flaunt your strength all you like! But that strength is crippled by your arrogance!
What?
Real strength lies in the bonds between friends! Your defeat was written from the moment you decided to face us all on your lonesome!
What makes you so sure I'm by myself? Do you think I lack companions? Well, you're dead wrong!
Ha! Just drop the posturing already! I know all about your companions! When you were summoned, I saw all three of them make for the door while you were still working up the courage to even talk to them!
Silence! Hold your lying tongue or I'll take it from you! I think I've seen all I can take. We'd be doing Rena a favor by beating her as fast as we can.
You defeat me? A fine delusion. You'll die regretting that you ever provoked me.
code!
No! Not sorrow! Please, don't take my imaginary friend from me!
You may have been strong, but that strength was founded in all the wrong reasons!
Wrong reasons? You mean, was I wrong to try and escape into a virtual world?
True strength isn't the kind you seek to defeat someone. It's what you seek to protect them. You only believed you'd grown strong because you've been fighting so long on your own.
Your words carry the sting of truth, as does the outcome of this battle. I see now the folly of my ways. At least, here at the end of things, my eyes are finally open. Thank you, Guardian. The next time I'm summoned, I'll be brave and call out to my friend.
Poor girl. Even if she were summoned again, she wouldn't remember a thing. I think it'd be a lot worse if she did remember.
Guardian? I really don't know what to make of what they've been saying. Do you?
Oh, come on! What's more touching than coming to an understanding with your defeated foe?
Says the one who didn't do any of the defeating. I could definitely had it bad, but I'm sure this was really tough on Rena, too.
With Rena the Forsaken gone, the Guardians' party had bested 2 apprentice emissaries and reclaimed half of Epic. They marched onward, all too aware that 2 more of their friends lay ahead of them in wait. What strength would they wield? And more chillingly, what evil had crept over them? The Guardians' fears were twofold as the party pressed on toward the South Fortress. Awaiting them was a fiend so changed as to defy recognition as the friend they had once known.
I suppose I ought to compliment you for making it this far.
This one's an entire world apart from the 2 we've faced so far!
Huh! Don't insult me by naming me in the same breath as those other emissaries. They're mere trainees compared to me. Can you hear the wind singing? It sings the lonesome dirge of your funeral.
Now this is just cruel! Can you imagine what Offen would say if he saw this?
Offen? My head!
Wait, look at her! Could it be she's merely being used as a puppet?
Gee, I don't know, Maggie. Do we know anyone who maybe wished for that to happen?
Oh my, Yuklita! Seems like you're struggling just a tad behind all that tough talk.
Be quiet! Why in the world are you even here, Apprentice Emissary Aurora the Timid?
Come on now. Is that any way to talk to your fellow emissary? Yuklita the Obstinate? I just thought I'd stop by and give you a hand, since our friends here have probably had just about enough.
Are you all just down for anything that falls in your laps?
Having me on your side is as good as having 100 of anyone else.
Let's wipe the floor with them, Euclita!
Way ahead of you. Entrance us, Sky Emperor Aurora!
Now she's got a cosmogenic arm? We can dissect how weird this is later. Here she comes.
No less from the one who took down the 2 other apprentice emissaries. But I doubt you expected this!
What's going on? That hurt so much! Is this actually happening? I could have sworn this was just a really weird dream!
What are you doing, Aurora? This is absolutely not the time! Get back into weapon form!
But that really, really hurt! Wait. Oh, jeez, Euclita? Did you get turned into a Dark Falls again? Wait! How did Aurora turn back to normal? Could your power have done this? Now try Euclita!
What's happening? Where is this? What are we doing here in some fortress? Aurora, what did you do this time?
What makes you think I did something? I thought I was just having some weird dream, and then all of a sudden I woke up in searing pain. Wait, if this isn't a dream, where could we possibly be? I can't tell you how relieved I am to see you 2 back to normal.
Sierra, is that you? Why are you so small? And what do you mean, back to normal? Was something manipulating us?
Oh, right. There's a lot of explaining to do. Wait, so no more fighting? Did we persuade them to join us? Oh, rain on my parade, why don't you? If you're hoping to fight, Maggie, we can certainly oblige. Well, how nice to solve everything without bloodshed for once. And that they're back to their senses. What a peaceful resolution. Who's this kid? She looks like an idiot. Excuse me? How dare you impugn my intelligence? And of all things, you dare call me idiot, the name I hate most of all! Wow. Impugn? Look at you, using hard words like a big girl. You watch who you talk down to, especially when you look barely out of swaddling clothes yourself, you little brat! Oh, you've got some nerve calling the captivatingly, despairingly, inducingly beautiful Aurora a brat! Yeah? Wanna know what it's like to fight a divine queen, brat? Ha! Well, take your divine pride and swallow it! You're in the presence of a goddess of beauty, an actual divine being! You dear, the height of disrespect!
Your bickering wouldn't be so grating if the 2 of you weren't just as bad as the other. Look, I think we could all finally use a little explanation. What's going on? So all 4 of us former apprentice hosts were summoned here. Everything about this world is a little too hard to believe normally, but after what we've been through, how could we doubt it? Tell me about this arrogant child who summoned the 4 apprentice vessels.
Well, if you asked me before, I would have bet she was pretty strongly connected to Aurora in some way. Maybe it was Aurora herself.
An understandable misconception. I was the original apprentice, after all. But it should be pretty clear by now that that's not true. Lest you forget, I don't associate with idiots.
Here you go again! How many times do I have to tell you that I am a queen and I command respect?
Just can it, dummy! How else are you supposed to tell an idiot they're an idiot? They're too dumb to get it if you sugarcoat it!
It's like watching someone fight a mirror.
I suppose like repels like sometimes. Maybe they're both connected to Apprentice because they're similar after all. Anyway, how are we supposed to get back to the Ark's ship?
Oh, good question. When we defeated the other 2, it released them, and they returned to their original worlds without having to do anything.
What? So we have to let them beat us up? I don't know about you, but that's not really my cup of tea.
Interesting. Who was that again who once upon a time told me, the more it hurts, the closer I come to salvation?
Hush, Upita! Why doesn't Queen Numbskull, who summoned us, do something to send us back?
How am I supposed to know how to send you back? I barely even understand how you were brought here in the first place.
You might not want to use your stupidity as a defense.
All right, you two. Let's settle down. If you were brought here using a summoning circle, we should be able to use the same circle to send you back.
Then we need to go to my palace. Let's get back right away. Oh, and I can finally recall the evacuation order.
Peace crept back over Epic at last, as the Guardian loosened the grip that the apprentice emissaries had upon the land. In advance of her triumphant return, Divine Queen Margareta called off the evacuation of her people. The people began to return in droves to the capital upon the oasis. The Guardian's party approached the seat of Margareta's power, following a wave of returners. Finally, they arrived at the city, pulsing with life and heat in the heart of the desert.
At last! We're nearly back to my dear old palace. And look! Everyone's coming right back! My virtuous deeds have worked wonders. I've come back to you at last, my dear subjects! Witness the triumphant return of your divine queen, Margareta!
Hey, out of the way! Coming through with heavy bags here!
Look at how bad the ground dried out in just a few days! Oh, my crops are done for! Damn it! It feels like this place wants us to suffer.
Yeah, quit whining. How are we supposed to test our faith if we don't suffer?
Does the queen usually get ignored, Maggie? Oh, this is fine. Why should I be upset that they're working so intently they don't even notice me? That just means they're getting back to their everyday lives.
Whoa! Little Margareta. I almost tripped right over you. Sure you're getting enough to eat? Well, not that I can raise anything bigger than you. Look what poor little dead crops I came back to after that evacuation.
Looks like you made our god angry trying to raise them too big.
Grow some nice plain ones so you'll have plenty to give the tax collector.
Well now, Lady Margareta, back to stick your fingers in more pies, are you?
Too right I am! And I'll keep coming back to give you a divine scolding if you don't show a little more respect.
Hey, it's Queen Margareta! Quick, you better run or she's gonna point the finger at you next!
Ha! There's no use running. I've already pointed at you 1,000,000 times, but I moved too fast for you to see.
And there she goes, competing with children. Look at how they all tease her. Is she really the queen of these parts?
I suspect this is just Lady Margareta's way of connecting with her people. You can see that they're all working so hard. But they all have such bright looks in their eyes. Not a single downcast face.
Good grief. You'd never know this was the seat of royal power with all this disrespect. Looks like a tax hike is in order. That's enough of my time wasted here anyway. Let's move on to my palace.
May I ask you something, Lady Margareta? Do you love this land?
Oh, I can't stand it! She didn't even blink! The crops never come in right, it's dry as a bone and hot as an oven, the wind won't give you a break. Need I go on? But, well, I am the queen after all. I can call it the pits all I like, but it's still my country. It's a part of me. Not to mention, you can't just sit back and watch people treat your property like a toy, can you? After all, I'm the divine queen. Epic is no one's toy but mine.
Hey, we resent that, Lady Margareta. This land belongs to our god, and to we the people.
Quit eavesdropping, peasant. If I say it's mine, it's mine. Less yapping, more bootstrapping.
Well, you certainly did make it into your toy, which is exactly how you ended up summoning those four and wrecking the place.
Enough of your needling. The people of Epic aren't so weak as to break over a trifling thing like this. Lest you forget, you're at the heart of the realm at the edge of grace, in the city of the strong of will. There's no changing the past. I put it behind me. So what's left but to hold my head high and smile? It's a ruler's job to be proud. If I smile, then so will my people.
Compared to Cuento, this castle certainly has, well, character?
Unlike the good people of Cuento, we don't have the materials to waste on building a plush palace like that. After it became my turn on the throne, I had a bunch of people with absolutely nothing to do build this. Show a little respect!
Welcome back, Your Holiness Queen Margareta. At long last.
Wait, aren't you?
How, if I may humbly ask, did Your Holiness enjoy the diversions I so painstakingly arranged? I confess, I did not expect Your Holiness would so quickly seek aid of Cuento, much less that Cuento would oblige.
Who are you again?
How could you forget your own priest? The one who taught you the art of conjuration to begin with!
Ha! I thought so. That Your Holiness talk never sat right on your tongue, did it? Let me tell you, your cover leaves much to be desired. How moronic. You really thought I forgot you? Do you think gods are known for letting betrayers off lightly? All I've forgotten is your name.
It's impossible to tell when you're being cunning and when you're just being idiotic. Though to be honest, that only adds to the fun.
It's you, the one from Wayland. And why did you come back? To wave the white flag?
Oh, hardly. Just here to do my best to stave off an anticlimax.
In other words, you plan to keep up your evil tricks. right here in the palace of the Divine Queen Margareta. You must have forgotten that here in this place, I can do absolutely anything I want. I, Margareta of Epic, hereby command you to die. Dinner time! What was that? The divine might of Epic. The power of miracles, given shape and passed down for generations. Unfortunately, we can only use it here. And honestly, it's kind of gross and I hate it.
So you could have been safe all along if you just stayed here?
What good is it if I'm safe when the rest of my country is in danger? Anyway, let's get you two on your way back. Now that they're here, all we have to do is send them back the way they came.
Yes. That should do it.
All right, you two, step on up. Oh, don't worry. I can't do that thing again unless you start blaspheming. All right, then. Time to get started.
Now you've done it, you imbecile!
What's happening?
Is that ephemera?
You let your guard down, Divine Queen Margareta. I told you I was here to prevent an anticlimax. You killing me was the last step that was needed. Now I can take over this place. All that's left is to offer your body to your own god, to become a vessel for these factors.
Damn it! I can't! Fine! You leave me no choice! You two, go back where you came from!
I'm disappearing. Wait 1 second, Queen Numbskull. Don't worry about us. Worry about your own stupid hide, idiots.
Show some respect if you don't want to die! It's my duty as queen to send you back! Now stop dragging your feet and go!
Lady Margareta!
Stay back, Queen of Coento! You can't help me! It's too late for anyone to stop this now! I'm going to give in, just for a little while. Guardian, it'll be up to you to save me. What story could be more heroic than that?
It's a little late to be thinking of stories.
Quiet, Fairy! Can't you let a poor, terrified queen have her one little moment of bravado? Look, I don't know what this thing will do to me if I try and fight it. So I'll give in. But only if you promise you'll save me! Please!
Well now, what a pleasant change. At last, a slightly more grown body. The type of vessel I've sought for so long.
There's no doubt about it. The signals match perfectly. It's Dark Fall's apprentice.
Oh my! Look at this delightful little set of toys just waiting for my arrival. I don't suppose you're here to help me break in this magnificent vessel I've waited so long for.
Wait! I'm getting Apprentice's readings, but her stats are something else altogether. If we're up against Apprentice with every ounce of Maggie's miracle powers, I'm not too sure about our odds.
Well said, Guardian. We must save Lady Margareta.
I beg your pardon? What does a brat barely out of diapers know next to the incarnation of beauty itself?
Just stop talking! You sound like my stuffy old ancestors! Take those words out of my mouth!
trade barbs with a mere vessel. Learn your place.
My place is the throne of Epic! Is this really what I'm like now? Am I this thick-skulled? You just keep your trap shut and get ready for the Guardian to stomp you right into the floor! For the world, for my people, for my country, for our God, and above all for my own sake!
Wow. I guess only Maggie could get possessed and still be able to throw fits like this.
Obviously! Who do you think you're dealing with? Margareta, the Divine Queen! No one gets away with wielding our God's power and toying with our country! No one but me, that is! All that aside, I refuse to accept that this is how awful my fashion sense will be from now on! Hurry up and get her, Guardian! Smash her into tiny bits! I know I do!
Are you quite done pretending like I'm not here?
Emergency! Code due! Completed!
Blemish my perfectly beautiful form!
It looks like it's working! If we can just separate the Dark Falls and save Maggie. Wait! Get back, Guardian! Hurry! Whoa! What's this darkness seeping up from the ground? Was she keeping this power hidden?
No, something isn't right here.
What is this? You mean to steal me away?
I'm getting ephemera readings! It's an F-Factor outburst! How do we save Maggie if we can't even get close?
If there were a path open, you could save her, right?
Harriet, what are...
Guardian, I'll open the way. The rest is up to you. All of this stems from ephemera. Let it find the vessel it seeks in me!
I just can't take this. Is this really what's in store for me?
Oh, enough of your moping. This is exactly what you're going to look like in a few years, so you better sear the image into your eyes now.
Stop that at once! How disrespectful! You've got no sense of fashion, you're arrogant, and you're disrespectful! You're beyond all help!
You're right. We can settle this another time.
I am Dark Fall's apprentice. I am what this girl could have become. I am who she would be if she remained an apprentice vessel and did anything and everything she wished. I would have already vanished when I lost my vessel, and you cut me down, except...
Well, what was I supposed to do? You may be the queen of overdoing it, but you're still me. And yet, I just can't really accept the idea of being a host until I fade away.
Indeed. The idea of simply being used is far from what I prefer. Oh, Margareta, in case this hasn't crossed your mind, were I to return to inhabiting your body, I would regain control as before.
Then what was the point of all this? Isn't there anything we can do? She can go with you? Is that something you can even do, Guardian?
To be frank, I don't believe that idea sits well with the two of us either. There's something about you that goes beyond just unusual. Like that girl back in the palace. What granted you these abilities? I suppose we haven't much choice. Time for you to hurry back where you came from, Margareta. If you don't get moving, your body and soul could become unglued forever, and you'd have nowhere to go.
Before I go, just answer me this one question.
What's on your mind?
What is it you think I still need?
Who's to say? You'll have to decipher that yourself, little one. What? Don't delude yourself into thinking I'm worried about her. I have my own goal in mind, to find the villain who tried to use me and crush him into dust. All that mattered to me was which would be more effective, taking over that young girl's body or working with you. Read nothing else into it. Watch your mouth! You do remember who you're speaking to, don't you? We don't need to get along. We only need to take my power with your body and put them together so we get what we want. Nothing more. You understand, I take it? Ugh, I grow weary of this chatter. You two, get back where you belong.
Yes, I'm fine.
She looks like she's gone back to normal. But the other people who've been possessed, well...
Yes. I remember vividly how the light enveloped Luther and took him away.
I knew it! Lady Margareta! No! You can't just leave us behind like this! Just talk to us one more time! Show us the arrogant Maggie we know! Are you going to breathe life back into her? Is that something you can even do? What the hell are you doing? I mean, what are you trying to do? What a disrespectful way to treat someone! Oops. Well, good morning, everyone. Don't mind me. Just going to wash my face. What was all that for? The queen can't play a little harmless prank? You all need to find a sense of humor. There's a line, Maggie.
and you jumped right over it. You even brought magic into it. To think we wasted tears on you. Come on, I was never going to die. I'm the Divine Queen, our god's worldly proxy. How could I die without divine permission? Besides, how many times have I said I don't need anyone to cry over me? It'd be far better to laugh instead.
I suppose I'm glad you played that joke on us. After all, it meant we got to see you again, Lady Margareta.
Oh, I see. Now you threw me off kilter. Well, I guess I could try some more queenly behavior. Gods are only gods if you respect and have faith in them, after all. Guardian, Lady Sierra, Lady Harriet, Queen of Coento. In Epic's time of need, you three non-believers shed blood and sweat for us, like our God's own messengers. You have my deepest, truest thanks. See? I can hold a royal court with the best of them! Wow. Well, that little coda just now certainly reminds me you're still you, Maggie. Explain that remark, Fairy! It means most of the time you act like there's not a royal bone in your body. You take that back!
Well, I knew anything at all could happen when I went diving in there. But it's odd. I don't feel the least bit out of sorts. In fact, I think I feel fine. I'm more concerned about where that shadow that overtook Lady Margareta has gone.
All I can say is I don't feel it anywhere nearby. But as strong as it is, I'm sure it's going to reform somewhere else. I've still got a bad feeling about where this is going. I need to heighten my guard. So much to do. Look at me, right back to work the moment I get home. Aha! I almost forgot. After all we've been through together, I'm sure you'd both like to help, Guardian and Queen Harriet. Yes?
Yourself together, Aurora. What happened to you being a so-called goddess of beauty? Is this the way a goddess behaves?
Even goddesses can be affected by things such as this, you brute. Besides, I'm not the type of lady to cling to my past glory forever.
Well, what a wonderful improvement.
What are you two doing? Something seems weird here, for lack of a better word.
Our ex-goddess here seems to have smelled something strange, hence this pretending to be a bloodhound. Any idea what it could be?
Oh no! I'm sure neither of us has any idea.
Aha! I was right! Something about you smells extremely fishy indeed.
Are you sure? I don't detect any emissions from them that would give off any strange odors.
might want to do a proper checkup then. I guarantee that something's amiss. My woman's intuition is spot on.
Oh, so this is just some intuition thing. Can you describe the feeling at all?
It was familiar, but in a scary way?
I guess goddesses have really sharp noses.
Give it a rest, Euclita. I'm just calling it like I sensed it.
Well, if you just sensed this, then what did you need to go sniffing around making a fool out of yourself for?
Look, it felt like it heightened my senses.
Wow, aren't we blessed to have Odora, goddess of bouquet, gracing our ship with her presence?
All right, Euclita, now you've crossed the line. Also, that wasn't funny and no one laughed.
So what exactly do you think Aurora found so familiar, yet scary? That could definitely be it. But we also can't rule out the possibility that it's related to the Dark Falls. I guess Aurora herself is a being of photons too. I'm sure she has some connection to that other world.
Hello. I'm told I gave you two a great deal of trouble. My apologies.
Oh, don't worry about it. You got dragged into it unwillingly in the first place. Are you okay?
I have undergone a medical checkup and received a clean bill of health. I just have this lingering feeling of having been trapped in a long nightmare. The shame I felt over what happened in that dream makes me relieved to not remember what actually happened. And if I did remember, I wouldn't want to discuss it, much less ever experience it again.
You know what? Forgetting all about it sounds great. You didn't do anything wrong.
Wait, how much do you two know about what happened? Why does that sound so familiar? And why does my face flush just from hearing it?
Incoming transmission from Inga? Hello, Sierra here. To what do we owe the pleasure, Inga?
Hey, Sierra. Oh, and you're here too. Perfect. I got some good news, for once. Rina Izumi's been found. Her memories of the whole episode are fuzzy, but she's not hurt. Doing kind of surprisingly well, actually. She wants to talk to the two of you. Mind if I put her through?
Oh, of course not. She knows about arcs already from what I gather, so that should be fine.
I owe you big time, Sierra. Here she is.
Hello. It's me, Rina Izumi. I just wanted to apologize for everything.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Thank you, Rina.
I can't remember what happened all that well. Could you fill me in? I didn't do anything really terrible, did I?
Well, terrible is subjective. Do you have a general sense of what happened?
Well, somewhat. Just the sense that I said some very revealing, pretty embarrassing things.
Uh-huh. Yes. Well, that part's real.
Wait, so you do know? Please, tell me! What exactly did I say? Forsaken. Lonesome. Oh no, it's starting to come back to me!
No, don't think too hard about it. You only just got back from having disappeared. Just take it easy for now. Don't try and remember, and give your body and mind some rest, especially your mind.
Well, I won't be able to rest my mind now!
Good day, mate. Thanks to you, Yusi and Aurora made it back safe. Appreciate you. They won't tell me where they went, though, or what happened while they were gone. It's the only topic that little blabbermouth Aurora won't touch. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they're back. Just, I'm a little concerned. You saved them, didn't you, mate? I figured you'd know something.
Often, there are some things you don't need to know.
Trying to expose a young maiden's secrets? How utterly tactless.
Oh, come on, guys. Why keep such a tight lid on things?
Because it doesn't concern you.
A little cruel, considering how much you care. But I agree with you, Cleta, on this one. Often, you have things of your own you'd prefer not to remember. Yes? This is no different. It's all terribly embarrassing, you see.
Aurora, zip your lip! You gotta keep everything that happened over there secret too, you know?
Something embarrassing? But you can't dangle that in front of me and expect me not to be curious.
Lady Margareta, are you sure it's wise for us to be doing this?
Of course it is! Going for walks is part of any respectable monarch's job. I wasn't able to show you around much when you first got back, so now's our chance.
Oh my, if it isn't Lady Margareta! Back again, are you? Still no crops to show, I'm afraid.
You think I don't know that? I'm just showing a friend around.
Lady Margareta? You found a friend?
Oh, poor thing. How could such a tragedy come to pass?
Be strong.
Sucks to be you.
standing right here, you know!
It's just someone like you with a friend?
Lady Margareta, can you believe it? You've made a friend. You, haughtiness personified.
Skipping straight to the insults, eh? Although, if you went back in time and told me I made a friend, I wouldn't believe it either.
And who is this so-called friend of yours?
She is Harriet, the new ruler of Cuento. Even ill-informed rabble like yourselves have heard of the Ice Queen, have you not?
Ah, that I have. The cruel-hearted monarch of Cuento.
But what makes her an Ice Queen? Are you chilly, ma'am?
Well, I believe it may be referring to some aspect of my personality. Or my bearing, perhaps.
You don't seem very icy to me.
Wish she could cool us off. This land is just too danged hot, if you ask me.
You're Lady Margareta's friend? Yes? No one with such a warm heart deserves to be called an Ice Queen. Huh?
Yeah, if you're the Ice Queen, we need a whole slew of words to describe Lady Margareta.
You're so right. We'd be busy till sundown.
Silence, simpletons! Can't you see Harriet is troubled? Be gone at once! I swear, I have the most disrespectful subjects in all the land. But I can see where they're coming from.
What do you mean?
I call you the Ice Queen, so even I was cautious at first. But when I met you, I realized you're the warmest person I know, Harriet. Even my simpleton subjects recognized that about you right away. They all felt at ease talking to you.
You think so?
I do. Whatever imbecile decided to start calling you Ice Queen is an awful judge of character.
Lady Margareta.
What is it, Harriet?
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
What brought this on? Well, whatever. I humbly accept your gratitude. You're welcome, Harriet. I know I'm the one who said something might show up, but you didn't have to go and make my prediction come true! Jeez!
Readings suggest similarities to Apprentice, but stronger than the one from the mining base. Apprentice should be gone. Why is it appearing in this world?
Hey, Fairy! Get it together! It's here now, so we just gotta get rid of it! Anyway, you gonna be okay? Against that big lug? All right, you got this! Go as crazy as you want! Just make sure you stop that thing!
East of Cuento lay the East Ardia Trade Federation. A momentous event known as the Symbol's Succession was taking place there. The young Florent, whom Harriet and her retinue once met, donned majestic attire as a group of adults ushered him into hallowed ground. Having supped the water of temperance, he was Florent no longer. He was now the symbol of East Ardia itself. Florent's life was changing, regardless of his wishes.
The chamber of the symbol lies ahead. This is as far as I go.
Yep.
If you have any requests, you may call upon me at any time.
Yep. This room is different. My position is different. And everyone here is different. Even Clarissa is no longer the same. She doesn't even get mad at me the same way she used to. I guess this is what it means to be the symbol. This is the fate I was born into. No use being upset. It's too bad, though. I wanted to play more. This is my destiny. But there was so much I wanted to do.
Then why not do whatever it is you desire?
Huh?
You've every right. No need to hesitate.
Who are you? And how'd you get in here?
I am everywhere, you see. Everywhere in this world. The symbol of Is Ortia, sacrificed for their country. But even a sacrifice has a soul.
You're not hurt, are you?
Clarissa!
Forgive this brutality in your sacred chamber.
Oh dear, how frightful. I've been eaten before, but being kebabbed is even worse. But it will do you no good. I told you, I am everywhere.
You're not human?
Harriet! Guardian!
With the strife in Epic at an end, Harriet returns to Cuento, with Divine Queen Margareta accompanying her. The purpose of this visit was twofold. Harriet sought a peace treaty, as well as the elimination of ephemera. After the negotiations, Harriet and Divine Queen Margareta attended a signing ceremony. Everything appeared to be proceeding smoothly.
All the regulations and stuff are over. Do we really need a signing ritual?
Lady Margareta, this is a formality intended for the populace.
We stopped using ephemera once I became queen. This treaty doesn't affect us negatively at all.
Is that so? I heard Epic was using ephemera to make some sort of mind control potion. What of that?
Oh, no. The potion had crippling side effects, and mind control is a nasty thing to begin with, isn't it? Our
God was appalled by our attempts. So much so that they struck down my predecessor for it. Everyone's afraid to even use the stuff. There's no point in hiding it. The person punished was my mother, and I was the one who received the revelation and carried out her punishment.
I'm not sure how to respond to that, Lady Margareta.
Oh, lighten up, Harriet! My mother got what was coming to her. No need for regret or sympathy. Your brother was a similar case, right? So no worries. Let's just move on.
Right. Thank you, Lady Margareta.
And another thing. When are you going to stop calling me lady?
Oh, I mean, it's only proper.
You saying my conduct's improper?
Oh, no. Not at all.
Listen, we're equals, you and I. You saved my life. We're friends.
Friends.
Being overly proper with friends just comes across as rude. Now, try it again. Minus lady.
Very well, Margareta.
There you go. Cultural differences aside, we should at least try to be friendly. So let's work on that, okay, Harriet?
Looks like they're having fun. Glad to see things in Epic have calmed down. And if we can come to an agreement with Izardia, we can control the spread of ephemera. At least, a little bit. Yeah. Plus there's Florent, who looks like Gemini. He's still in Izardia too. But profound darkness is the cause of all this. We have to stop it, no matter what. Other than ephemera, no one's seen any traces of it. Just where is it hiding?
Lady Harriet, apologies for the interruption. There is something I must tell you.
Haruna? Whatever is the matter?
I can't exactly tell you here.
Can't risk me overhearing, huh? Should I be on my way then?
No, it's fine. I want you to hear this too, Margareta. Varuna, your report.
Yes, ma'am. There are unknown supernaturals closing in from Izartia to the east. I fear Izartia is invading, ma'am.
Invading? Why would they do such a thing? Have they declared war? What are they after?
There has been no communication from them, ma'am. A horde of supernaturals simply attacked out of nowhere.
Looks like that bad feeling of mine was right on the money.
We must hurry to the border. Guardian, I ask that you accompany me.
Don't do anything crazy out there, Harriet. If things get bad, run! Your kingdom can be rebuilt. You, not so much.
I'll keep that in mind. Upon receiving word of Izartia's inconceivable invasion, Harriet and the Guardian headed to Izartia's border. It seemed the unbelievable was beginning to unfold.
Blackness as far as the eye can see. Are they all supernaturals?
What in the world is going on in Izartia?
There are too many for me to get a read on. Be careful! Castrum Demonica has fallen. Nearby readings have vanished too. What were those things? Correct. Their readings match as well. That means Gemini is working with Ys Artia. These readings! More supernaturals? Oh, jeez! The Castrum Demonica is back too!
They're appearing without assistance. Just like an epic. But something's different.
At this rate, we'll be surrounded! Retreat back to Puento!
The forces that attacked from East Ardia included Toy Fallspawn, Dark Falls Gemini's minions. But a much more curious phenomenon was occurring within the borders of East Ardia itself. No matter how quickly the Castrum Demonica and Supernaturals were struck down, they reappeared just as quickly, with no end to the enemies in sight. The Guardian made a temporary retreat to Louisa. Louisa was once a peaceful and relaxing place, but this, it would seem, was no time to rest.
Analyzing the information from the soldiers at the border, the current situation is as follows. East Ardia's forces grow ever larger, but have yet to commence their invasion in earnest. They meet all attempts to break through with a concentrated counteroffensive before returning to standby. A decidedly defensive approach.
So they're not invading?
Looking at the readings, that appears to be the case. However, we can't ignore the rate at which their numbers are increasing.
Right. It won't be long before this spills over into Cuento. If we at least knew what East Ardia was after, we could come up with a plan, but...
How did the battle against them turn out? I know there were Toy Fallspawn there.
Not invading, but destroying everything in their path. It's almost childish.
That's correct, Guardian. They're trying to find someone to play with.
Wait, Clarissa? How did you get here?
In East Ardia, there are many secret passageways known only to the symbol and their attendants. When Florent came here before, he would have had to use those passageways.
Is Florent not with you?
Florent, the symbol of East Ardia, is no longer with us. No. As of now, Florent himself is East Ardia. You're not human? You're Elmir Wayland, brother of the Emperor. But you should be dead.
Well, aren't we well informed? East Ardia always did know how to collect intel. I suppose you know about us as well? And yet, you have no idea what led to this, do you?
Out of my way!
You are the head of East Ardia, the symbol. You have the right to do what you wish with it. Still want to play? You had so much you wanted to do, yes? Then do whatever it is you please. You see? You have the power and the knowledge to use it.
Power? And how to use it?
Indeed. It's buried within your memories, surely. Allow me to unlock those memories for you.
Florent! Florent!
Florent began crafting Castrum Demonica and Supernaturals like he was making toys for himself. The rest is as you saw. When I saw how Florent looked at me, the only thing I could do was run.
Clarissa. The one who caused Florent to go crazy is Elmir, the brother of Emperor Wayland. Except, Maggie took him down back in Epic. I can't be sure. With what little intel we have, it's hard to tell if he survived, or if someone's just using his name.
Clarissa, how fares East Artia?
I do not know. It was only thanks to the secret passages that I stand before you now. After seeing the capital flooded with supernaturals, however, I can only imagine it lies on the brink of destruction. The Castrum Demonica and supernaturals in East Ardia are being made by Florent. Their numbers only continue to increase. If we don't do something, the entire kingdom will be overrun by a horde of playmates-seeking supernaturals. We must put a stop to their source. Guardian of Quento, I beseech you, lend me your aid. You've saved Wayland and Epic in the past. Please, I beg of you. We have to save Florent.
It's clear that something must be done. I have no qualms with us helping. But...
I speak not of saving the boy's life. I speak of saving his soul. He gave his life for his country. We can't let him be the one to destroy it.
How are we going to stop him?
If you fought them, you know they replicate faster than you can defeat them. If we cannot crush the source of their generation, we cannot stop the Fellworm.
We strike the heart with everything we have.
Yes, and I have the secret passage to take us there. That certainly seems like a better option than fighting them head-on. Nonetheless, we can expect a sizable contingent to be lying in wait for us.
If Florent's wish for a playmate has passed down to his creations, we may be able to win. Quento's forces will attack East Artia at the border. We'll draw the enemy out, create a war of attrition. In the meantime, the Guardian will lead an assault on the heart of the enemy's forces, putting an end to their regeneration. We must part ways then. I shall dedicate myself wholly to my mission, praying for your safety all the while.
Queen Harriet of Quento, Guardian, you have my heartfelt thanks.
Following Clarissa's plan, the Guardian headed to the center of East Artia, while Harriet's forces served as a military diversion. If the endless flood of monsters overwhelming East Artia was to finally see its end, the country's symbol, Florent, must somehow be stopped. Florent's whereabouts and the current situation within East Artia both remained unknown. The Guardian pushed forward, ever vigilant. What greeted them on the other end of the secret passage, however, defied all imagination.
This was once the most populated city in the capital outskirts. But now...
What is this? What
What the heck is going on here? The city isn't damaged at all, but there are practically no signs of life.
No! Stay back! No! Stop! Please! Someone help! Someone!
Oh? Broken already? I had so many games I wanted to play. But now I'm bored again.
That's Dark Falls Gemini!
Come on, I want to play. I want to play and play till I've had my fill.
Florent,
Another new toy for me to play with? Maybe this one will actually be fun. Come on, let's have some fun. I haven't had my fill. I want to play and play and play some more. How about tag? Oh, or hide and seek. We could play house too, like normal kids. But I don't mind what we play. I'm fine with anything.
Gemini's readings are spiking! Here they come!
Florent, how could this happen to you? This child has a special condition.
Who are you?
I'm Clarissa. I'm here to research you.
Research? Why bother? You never find anything new.
Yes, I suppose it might seem that way to you. That we don't know anything.
Let's play then! Quit wasting time and let's play! I want to have fun! I want to go to all kinds of places, talk about all kinds of things, play all kinds of games.
I understand that, but you can't. You're special, Florent.
That was fun. Time to head to the next spot to play the next game. I want to play some more. And there are so many playmates over there. So much to make. So much fun. So many playmates. We're gonna have a great time.
Gemini's readings have disappeared, as have the readings for the supernaturals. That doesn't mean we've won, however.
That was Florent's mind. Another Florent, born out of the loneliness deep in his heart.
A second Florent?
Quento summons. Wayland augments. Epic manipulates, and Ys Ardia replicates. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, on and on, onwards and upwards, and the Trade Federation of Ys Ardia was the result. What you want, but more. That is Ys Ardia's guiding principle. But Florent has become its symbol, and symbols have no friends. He made his own friends to fill in the hole in his heart, to have someone to play with.
Why did things have to turn out this way?
I wish I knew. I don't understand why Florent felt so consumed by loneliness to begin with. I was a part of this. That's why I didn't realize there was something wrong.
Clarissa led the Guardian to Ys Ardia. The enemy horde was larger than anticipated, but was nonetheless routed by the team as they pushed forward to the capital. A castrum demonica was not all that awaited them, however. Toy Falspawn, the minions of Gemini the Duplicate, were also in play. The Guardian made haste, so that they might bring this crisis swiftly to an end. But standing gleefully in the way was Gemini the Duplicate, with Florent's form. It was as if the Dark Falls were toying with them, almost as if remembering a more pleasant time in its life.
Is this an ambush? No. It's like they were waiting for us.
Oh, hey! You're here. I've been waiting for you. Now I've got tons of playmates. Come on, everybody. Let's play. It's time to have some fun. For all the games I couldn't play before, and won't be able to play again.
I'm not sensing hostility, just an innocent desire for play.
This is great. Completely different from my old life.
Why do you have to do another test on me?
Stop being selfish. When you destroy things, it's unintentional, yes? Best that they're inanimate. You might destroy a person one day. I'd hate to see that.
Fine then. While you're doing the test, tell me a story.
A story?
Oh, you found something really cool, right? I heard people talking about it. Water that turned into you, and how it's going to change everything.
Ah, you're talking about what happened on that planet. That was quite extraordinary. And the knowledge we obtained, even more so. It will usher in new technology, extend our lifespans, advance our research. And I think perhaps that that something she told us holds the key to your abilities.
The water was... a she?
She took my form, so I think that's safe to say.
What a blast! It was so fun. I love playing games. Need to do that more often. What did you see? So you saw some sort of images, like you did with Luther? And they showed Florent and Clarissa's past. Was that before the Photoners met Xion?
Unfortunately, I don't know anything about these memories you speak of. I'm sure Florent doesn't either. If there's a connection, it's that Florent was born with amazing abilities. Because of that, he was chosen to become the symbol. He offered up his body and his mana for the sake of his land. Guardian, we must make haste.
Coento's forces, led by Harriet, were soon backed into a corner by East Ardia's unending hordes. The soldiers were in high spirits and put up a good fight, but were overwhelmed soon enough. Their defeat was inevitable. With such uneven odds, the soldiers eagerly awaited the order to retreat. But Harriet did not give it. She looked onward, steeled her resolve, and vowed to keep fresh in her mind the promise she made with the Guardian.
Lady Harriet, we can't hold them back any longer. We have to fall back and set up defensive lines in Coento.
No. Do that and they'll be upon us in an instant. Call in our reserves!
But if we do that, we'll be leaving a hole in Coento's defenses.
Listen well, Varuna. This front line is our last line of defense. If any of those replicating monstrosities breach Coento's borders, our kingdom is doomed. We will defend this place to the last.
They've advanced this far already?
Guardian, please. You must hurry.
This is the capital, yet we've seen no one on the way here. Which means...
They were wiped out. All members of the government. Every single person who lived here. They perished in one of Florent's games.
Florent thinks killing everyone is a game?
No, the opposite. Florent plays, people die. Which is why he's searching for new playmates. Those playmates are Coento, Lady Harriet. And
Welcome back, Clarissa. You brought me some new playmates, I see.
Wait! Clarissa! You did it!
That's right. I've already perished. Florent created me. I act according to his will. If Florent desires friends, I bring him friends. That is my cause. Well?
Don't ignore me. You're ruining my fun, Clarissa.
Clarissa? What did you do with her?
Miss her already? I can make as many as I like. Look! See? And not just Clarissa. I have lots of friends I can make. Amazing! Huh? I can make as many playmates as I want.
Replication magic? Are these replicas? No, not quite. Wait, are you pulling these from the Akashic records?
Okay, let's play. Everyone else broke so easy, it got boring. That's why I had Clarissa bring me toys that wouldn't break. That's you guys. Now, let's have some fun. We're gonna be your playmates. Both of us. This is going to be a blast.
We are currently preparing to call on all armed forces to participate in a large-scale enemy suppression operation. The target is the corrupted former mothership.
This is crazy! Even your attacks are barely getting through!
Well done, Onion. This is the most fun I've ever had. It feels so wonderful to actually have a playmate. I've never felt so alive. Oh, why does it have to end? Does there need to be a point to fighting? To playing? Tell me, Guardian. Why did I have to be so alone? Why did I always have to be locked away by myself? I want someone to be with me. To talk with me. To fight with me. I want friends. Friends! Friends! I want them! 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 So, I make my own friends. So I was chosen. I use my power as the voice commands. I'm not a lab rat anymore. I'm Florent.
Florent, what in the world?
His memories are confused. He's not the Florent we know. The first symbol's memories are mixing with his.
Huh? Clarissa?
Gemini's essence is loneliness. Can you rescue him from it? Then I will guide him as best as I'm able, so that he might yet be rescued.
Clarissa.
Florent, enough of this. We were wrong.
Wrong? I haven't done anything wrong. I mean, look. If I had, would I have this many friends by my side? Clarissa?
In the past and present, we ignored your loneliness. A sin we must atone for. No matter how powerful you become, you're still but a child. We were wrong to forget that. Your past instincts commanded you to destroy, but the past is just that. And now, it must end.
I don't understand, Clarissa. But why do I feel so sad all of a sudden?
Because this is all about to end.
I don't want to be alone again.
Please, release Florent from this.
Well, that sure happened. That certainly was a thing, wasn't it? Oh man, that was super boring. Wish I could have forgotten that stupid, stuffy memory and just had fun instead. Is this really the time? I'm Florent. And Gemini the duplicate. Let me prove it.
What do you think? Surprised? My name is Blur. A new identity I created.
But honestly, neither of us can really tell who's who anymore anyway. Not that it even matters.
Right. It doesn't really matter. You know? Which is which?
I can't remember if I was being used, or the one doing the using.
Tough to remember, having lived this long.
We were made to live this long.
But it was good. It was for the best. Really. Since you got to have so much fun.
But we're not having fun now. Because someone is using us. I smell something bad. Very bad. And weird. Like you. My powers are being taken from me. So, I'll give them to you. But only on the condition that you use them to stop him. If you get rid of the one behind this, all the fighting should stop. I'm Florent, Gemini the Duplicate's base. I've only ever wanted one thing. To make a place with no war, where everyone can have fun.
had disappeared, with Florent in her arms. Everything he created went with him. Did you talk to him? The one using Florent must be referring to Elmire. There's no readings in the area. Where could he be hiding? Well, at least the supernatural should have stopped spawning. Let's meet back up with Harriet.
Dark Falls Gemini, the source of the supernatural replication, was struck down by the Guardian. Afterward, the Guardian returned to Coento in order to rendezvous with Harriet on the front lines. However, it appeared the battle along Coento's border was a long way from being complete.
Guardian! Sierra! I'm so glad you're safe. And you as well. But what are you doing here?
I received word that the Guardian cut off the source of the replication, and the situation appears to have improved. However, the supernatural hordes from East Ardia remain abnormally large. I intend to assume command until things calm down. Also, this is a mere feeling, but I sense something terrible is at hand. A repulsive feeling, akin to what I sensed with Margareta.
Yeah, I don't think this is over either. Good morning.
Which quest are you up for?
Emergency mission alert. Large-scale deployment operation in progress. All ARCS ops, Report to the quest counter to join the mission.
destruction!